Okay, hi everybody. This is Kevin and my best friend Steve. Say hi, Steve.
Hi, everyone. Great to have you here with us.
Yes, thank you for joining us for the second installment of You Are So Full of Shift. And with us today, we have got Cindy May, who is a part of our Keys to the Shift group and has been from the very beginning. Cindy's retired, and she's a great contributor to our sessions. And so we're going to just jump right into it, Cindy, and ask you a few questions about your spiritual path, okay?
Okay, that sounds great.
Good. All right. Steve, why don't you go ahead and hit her?
All right. So, Cindy, as we've asked others that we've interviewed, was there a clear beginning that you're aware of to your spiritual journey or your awakening path? Was there a specific time that you're aware of when all of a sudden these things came into interest, came into your curiosity, and you started investigating them?
Yes, there was.
Wow.
Um, when I was younger, I didn't believe in anything. Didn't matter. Nope, nope, nope. And so then, I went about my career for, I don't know, 20 some years. And then I would say about maybe 5 or 6 years ago, after being, totally analytical, all that religious junk is just bunk. And because I think I always pretty much equated spiritual with organized religion, which I still don't have any much interest in.
Right.
Although I am a member of a Unitarian Universalist group. Church, but they're like the least churchiest of all the churches that you could possibly.
Less dogma, right?
Yeah,
Less
yeah.
dogma.
Yeah.
It's find your own spirituality, basically. And that meshed with what I was doing. And I started just investigating different classes and, things, a lot of it through Meetup.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
And just by getting, being exposed to people who started spouting off all kinds of what I would have previously thought were crazy spiritual things about, you were, you are a spirit,
having a human experience.
and you just came here to have this bodily experience, which you can't have when you're in spirit. And all of a sudden, I just said, oh, yeah, that makes sense to me now.
Wow.
And so I've just been, going along.
Adding more knowledge bits to that side of things.
Yeah, and trying to, sort of feel it out. Some of the things that I studied at first, kind of more recently, I'm not all that interested in them anymore. But I'll never lose interest in this group, of course.
Well, hey, thanks for saying that. How could she lose interest in our group, Steve? That would just be incredible.
Well, we would hate to lose her if that ever happened.
We would hate to lose you. But it's an ongoing process, yes? I mean, and you tend to resonate with different things, and even things that you resonated with earlier don't resonate as much now as you pick up new things and your horizons broaden. That's cool. But what would you say is one of your biggest challenges in your spiritual path to date?
I don't think I felt any challenges in particular. Oh, except I do have one.
What's that?
I don't like to talk about it with people who aren't spiritual minded.
Gotcha.
Because they think I've gone completely wacko. Both of my sons, they're grown up, like in their 20s now. Yeah. And they just shake their head at me.
Yeah. And so you find yourself not really even wanting to engage with the spiritual side of things. And I would say that's a common one, right, Steve, is kind of acceptance of your belief system.
Right, yeah, and like you say, Cindy, it makes you want to kind of keep it to yourself, except for amongst those people who are of like mind and spirit, which fortunately there are more and more as humanity awakens, and so I think you'll find yourself less and less in the minority as time goes by, and that's a good thing.
Yeah.
I hope so. Yeah,
for
you know,
sure.
I can certainly um, feel for, I mean, I know exactly what my kids are going through because towards the end of her life, my mom, after, you know, I was raised without any religion, but towards the end of her life, my mom got really into Buddhism
Wow.
and some, you know, some sort of specific chant that they always
Yeah,
did.
yeah,
And I thought she was crazy.
yeah. So
You know,
there you go.
so it takes a while to kind of wake up, I guess.
Right, right. And your sons are in a completely different place in their life than you are now. And you, like you said, you were once in there as well.
Yeah.
Do you have
Yeah,
another?
yeah. So in contrast with Kevin's question, are there any specific blessings? What is the greatest blessing that you find associated with your awakening and spiritual interests?
Oh, I would say that that is the people that I've met. Because I feel like I have some good friends who are not spiritual at all.
Mhm.
And I feel very close with them. It's just that I feel a little bit more heart-centered, I guess I would say, with a group that's into the, you know, the shift
Mhm.
and the trying to trying to raise the elevation of the entire earth.
Mm.
You know,
Very cool.
that's kind of, yeah, that feels really special to me.
Wow.
Okay, well, I think we're running short on time, so this will probably be the last question. Why don't you go ahead and wrap it up, Kevin?
Okay. What's helped you the most along your path toward on your spiritual awakening path? People, a person, a book, a teacher, anything that comes to mind that really resonates with you as someone who's been super helpful for you?
Yeah, I would say probably Bonita Woods. She's one of the, I guess, spiritual teachers in this area.
In the Woodbridge, Virginia area,
Um,
or
in
Northern Virginia.
Northern Virginia.
Yeah, Bonita
Um,
Woods.
Yeah, she previously had a physical wellness center
Oh,
in, where was it? Brianna or somewhere up there,
right.
a little bit north. And then she closed that and she's doing all kinds of traveling and other things now, but she does teach a new modality that I've been recently learning, Prana Shakti.
Prana Shakti. I've never heard of that. Have you, Steve?
I have not.
No.
Yeah.
Prana
No.
Shakti. I'll have to look that
Yeah,
up.
it's
Yeah,
from India.
Oh, okay.
And
that's yes. So I have, I mean, I've heard the name Shakti, which is related to an Indian goddess. Is that right? If I'm not mistaken.
so
Yeah, the goddess of something.
sort of translates to, the prana is like energy, or, you know,
Right.
life energy,
Life energy.
sort of
yes.
like chi.
Yes.
And then I'm not sure exactly what the Shakti part is, but I think it has something to do with the method, you know,
Yeah.
process of.
Well, maybe sometime once you become a practitioner of this, you can kind of give us a little tutorial on what it is and what it's supposed to do and how it's supposed to help us. So, wow, this has been great. Our time's up, huh, Steve?
Well, you know, it depends on how long we want to keep going, but we want to keep it short enough so people don't lose interest. In the interest of not having people lose interest, we're going to keep it short. And so, thank you, Cindy, so much for answering our questions and helping others to understand and relate to some of the things that you're going through and they're going through, because we're all going through it together.
We are, and we're going through it all a little differently, and that's what the great thing is about these little interviews is We can see how the differences are, but also the similarities.
Mhm.
So Cindy, I just want to say again, you are so full of shift. I'm so
I know.
happy to meet you, and I'm so happy that you're a part of this group. Thank you, Cindy.
Thank you.
Yep. Thank you, Cindy. Thank you, Kevin. And we'll see everyone else soon,
All right.
hopefully.
Sounds-
Bye. Thanks for joining us.
All right.
All right, bye.
Bye-bye.